Hey Joe, how you doing? This is Dean Bunchu with LSP Consulting. I actually had a chance to do a little bit of research on your website in terms of search engine optimization, and actually I put this video together for you really quick, just to give you an idea kind of where you stand, and I wanted to kind of take you in and give you a little bit better appreciation just in terms of how search engine optimization works and how I believe it could really help you drive a lot more people just through organic search to your website, and obviously create a lot more business for you here in the future. So a couple things. A lot of people just, of course, don't have any idea how some of these complex things, or what people perceive to be complex in terms of Google search rankings, work. But there's actually a lot of simple steps that businesses like yours can take, and we can help you with. That can really actually benefit you in relatively short order, especially on the local level. When it comes to some of the keywords on the national level, the competition becomes a little bit fierce. But here on the local level, there's a lot you can do, and a lot we can help you with. And like I said, this is some of the things that I want to introduce you to. So, first things first, just in terms of your website and what you guys do, your focus on estate planning. Again, some of the keywords in the national level are pretty competitive, but here locally, um, you'd be surprised. With a little bit of work, you actually can probably climb pretty high in the search rankings. I'm going to show you how you can do that just in this video. So, you probably hear the saying "content's king," and a lot of times when it comes to search engine optimization, that's absolutely the case. So, your website um, is obviously fairly simple. And in terms of content, there's just not a lot there in terms of keyword integration that the search engines are really gonna pick up on. So what I wanted to show you, and what hopefully you could see right here in this video, I'll actually move this up to the top. There's a couple things that Google looks at. One is PA, which stands for page authority, and usually as long as you're up over 30 at the local level, it's actually pretty darn good. So, and this is your Moz ranking, which this is this website. So 3.37 is relatively low. That's on a scale of 10. The reason being that it's only 13 links from one root domains coming into your homepage. I know that probably sounds like gibberish to you, but hopefully it'll become more clear here shortly. And then you got domain authority. And again, anything over 30 usually puts you in pretty good in terms of search rankings, and usually up near one of the top pages, which is where people are going to find you. So just to give you a little bit more of an example of this, first off, this is just a standard Google search. One of the most common terms, even locally here, that people look for when they search for companies, firms like yours, is estate planning attorney. Um, and I think you probably understand that, like, these are actually AdWords, hence the ad here. So people are actually paying to be listed here and down the side. And then what you have before you even get to the organic search, and the organic searches down here are the local business citations through Google Plus. And if I'm not mistaken, you have a Google Plus page cited and created, and I'm not sure if it's verified or not. But for whatever reason, you definitely should be located here. And things like reviews absolutely help and give you more credibility and trust in Google's eyes. But you could see that for this type of term, having your firm listed right here is super helpful, because a lot of times before people even get down to the organic search, they may very well click on one of your competitors right here. So, and then again down here you could see these are some of the top organic search rankings for that search terms, and you could see, like I said, if you're up over 30 as far as page authority, oftentimes that's very helpful. Some of these are a little bit more national than local. And let me see something. I'll just switch really quick to local. Again, some of your competitors show up here in the local citations, local listings for Google Plus. But yeah, here's some of the other ones. And the good news is, like a lot of these, it's that's why I said in terms of being able to benefit you sooner rather than later. Like I said, you saw what your page authority and page rankings were. Well, a lot of these are actually pretty low for some of your competitors, which tells me that with a little bit of work, you can get right up here and pass these guys up fairly quick. So I wanted to give you an example too when we talk about content, what I mean. And one of the companies that I actually found here locally that clearly worked with an SEO firm was Jeffrey Marscotti. And if you take a look at what some of the things that the firm that worked with him did, once again, as I said, that the content's king, and there's a bunch of other things as far as anchor text, which anchor texts are links like this, which allow you to click through. Anchor texts are links down here, which have some of the keywords. General estate planning. Google picks up on these practice areas, these links on a page. They help build trust and credibility. Some other things that I'll show you here shortly are, backlinks and crosslinks. That's other different sites, citation sites, so on and so forth that connect into you. But the firm that works with him clearly knew what they were doing, and a lot of people don't get a lot of. Hold on a second. Let's pause that. But the other citation sources in addition to Google Plus, a lot of people don't think it's worth it because they're not getting a lot of leads, so on and so forth, from sites like Facebook and Twitter, Google Plus, LinkedIn. However, it's the more of these you have, the more sites that you have that already have authority, and of course, sites like Facebook and Twitter, as we know, Google Plus, in Google's eyes, have a ton of authority. Having those sites with your business built into them is super beneficial. I think to a certain extent you realize that because I did notice that from a citation standpoint, your firm actually had so it looks like either you did some work or someone did some work for you where you went ahead and let's see here, where you went ahead and registered for all these different sites, which of course is myastatemanager.com, Yellow Pages, attorneyhelp.org. So I mean, kudos to you, definitely there. But there's still some more work to be done, simply because if you look at estate planning Raleigh, for example, just citation sources that are available here locally, there's over 594. So if let's see here, if you take a look at some of your other competitors, like I said, you're in pretty good shape. You can see, from a competitive standpoint, Smith Debnam 209, Breeden Law Offices 165. So you have 120, but the goal should really be to pass your top guys. So this Smith Debnam with 206 sources, you're sitting at 120. I mean, again, that's something we can do, is go ahead and get you registered for a lot more of those sites, which again ultimately builds a heck of a lot more trust and is only going to help you out in terms of pushing you up to the top page in your legal category in this area. So another thing I wanted to show you really quick, this is another type of site that we look to kind of gauge traffic. And literally right now, I punched in your URL up here, but you could see that the traffic that you're getting, I'm sure this is pretty much slim to none. It's pretty much not registering any as far as the organic search traffic that's coming into your site. And as I mentioned with a firm like Jeff Marscotti's, let me copy his URL here and punch it in. I'll give you a really good example of kind of where they stand. So let's see here, overview. So right now, I mean, here's our organic search. You could kind of see this is actually the traffic by day, and this is actually going back traffic by month, and I think I could switch this to 1 month. Yes, so here we go. He averages somewhere around 60 some up here where 82 different people came to his site in a day. So I mean, not too bad for a local type business. You're still talking about, literally hundreds of people visiting his site on a monthly basis. And the reason for that, again, is his use of organic search terms. Um, Backlinks is another key area that's critical in terms of some referring domains. And again, with some of the citation sources you have some of these, a smaller amount, but he definitely, like I said, working with the company that he worked with, they did a pretty good job of building up some of those citation sources and establishing some links and building those links into his site, which again helps build trust and credibility with Google. So, and another thing I quickly just wanted to show you here was from an on page, and your home page is of course one of the key areas that is critical in terms of optimization. So, but the on-page grader, when I put in your URL, basically comes back an F for a couple different reasons. But the beautiful thing is with a tool like this, we're really able to identify some of these key reasons, and broad key use and page title, which is critical. It's actually a pretty easy fix. Some of these, the box is checked and you're good to go, but some of these other ones that don't have the arrow next to it, those are simple things that, I mean, we could easily do in terms of building keywords and repurposing your content. And in your case, honestly, I mean, we have the capability to put together a new site for you, probably on a WordPress platform that's completely optimized from top to bottom, to really help you out with with some of these keywords. And like I said, I think just like Jeff's, it would work wonders for for you guys. So, and I just wanted to show you once again in comparison what someone like his site, which one of the things I noticed they even did in terms of building their URL, which was a great idea, that instead of putting the firm's name, they put Living Trust Law Firm, which again, having those keywords just built into the title URL is huge. So, if you can get a rank of a B on this site, I mean, you're doing some good things. So again, that's just a comparison between some of the things they did to really help that site index and your site. So again, I just kind of wanted to point out some of the basics and let you know that when it comes to search engine optimization, a lot of these things we can get to work on right away. And even though some of the terms in your legal field are fairly competitive, I'm pretty confident, especially on the local level, that we could help optimize your page, repurpose your site, and get you to the point where just like Jeff, you're driving anywhere from 60 to 80 some different people to your site, and with some good call to actions, I think we can help some of those people convert, which obviously is very important to you. So if you got any questions or would like me to go into some of this a little bit more, I'd be happy to set up a call with you, and definitely hope to have the opportunity to help you out here in the future. Thanks.